Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our monthly Ascension Angel Messages for December 2024. So, as we start out on this new month, I'd like to thank everyone who has been supporting the channel this year. And I know that we've gone through a lot of changes here on this channel, as well as um, personally in our lives, in my life, and um, collectively as well. So um, the angels are really very present with us today. And I'm recording this a little bit early. It's the 23rd of November. And we're just tuning in now to the energies um, that we'll be experiencing in the month of December. So before we do that, I'd just like to draw your attention to the format of the cards in front of you. The card in the center will represent the Archangel message and the Archangel that we will um, be working with in this month and that will be supporting um, you personally in this month. And the cards on either side are messages from your guardian angels. So the card on the left highlights the Major Arcana, which presents to us the major theme or lesson or energy that we might see unfolding. It's sort of like a more broader, in a broader sense, right? The major arcana, the minor arcana card on the right deals with our more day to day reality. So the major arcana is more the spiritual realm, our etheric messages, and then the minor arcana really sort of focuses in on the earthly plane and how lessons show up for us, how these bigger energies might be impacting us in our day-to-day awareness. So let's just take a moment and take a deep breath. And the angels are encouraging us right now is they're showing me someone's physical body who is completely nude. And it, it also was interesting because it went from this person was woman or kind of androgynous, but long hair, but a sense a woman. And her body is very thin, um, maybe almost too thin, but and the spine, so that basically I was sort of seeing some of the bone structure, and the spine almost looked like a zipper. And I almost had a sense of, just really authenticity, right? Vulnerability, all of this, just really being true to ourselves. And, but the zipper, the spine, because the bones were, you could see the bones, the vertebrae, and it kind of looked like a zipper. A couple of things went through my mind on that. Um, almost we could just like take off this, our skin, right? What we've been afraid to show, or something deeper taking off that layer of skin, what we show the world, and revealing the inner being, so to speak. And then it went to a body that was sort of the opposite, but not quite extreme obesity, but just, and it was sort of a male body, and but both bodies are from behind, and it just gave me a sense of, um, I'm saying the word indulgence, and because it kind of gave me almost two extremes, it feels like we need to find a balance in between. And not only a balance between um, the physicality of the, but a balance between, because it's interesting they chose a female and then a male, that we need to find a balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine within ourselves. And it also feels like we really get caught up, or that we are not always finding that balance for ourselves. And we truly are both. And for whatever reason, we tend to lean into one over the other, and not enough of really embracing both within ourselves. They are showing me an umbrella, and a sense of the words that are coming is that we're moving into a time where it is safe to be ourselves. And our true selves is really this balance. And it might be in some respects where we are struggling to trust our intuition, and also struggling to take action on what we know to be true deep within us. So there's a sense that we're feeling a call to take action. And as well as we are aware, and we're feeling as though we're being called and guided, but the feeling of being called and guided often does not, many do not follow through that with action on those things. And that we're constantly either stuck in one of these lanes, right? Where we're just acting without listening in, or we're just listening and greatly afraid of taking action. Maybe because we're afraid that we're going to be rejected, or that we're going to fail. And those who just keep taking action are maybe afraid of, being vulnerable to that side. And so maybe we're taking action on things that we may need to take a break from, but we don't know how to stop, because it's just become a habit, and it's become sort of a comfort to us in some way, to keep doing things. Although there's this part of us that feels like there's either better way to do this, or that it's time to explore some other avenues. Ultimately, as you understand and trust your guidance and develop that relationship, you become less afraid and spend less time doubting. And so that you're you're moving um, in the direction that you're being guided, and that you feel, you know, inspired or strong passions. And this develops sort of a new awareness and confidence within yourself, that where you're not looking over your shoulders, but you feel like you're always plugged in. And it takes time, really. It's just being aware of when you are resisting what you're being guided to do, and really learning to trust, and also being aware that sometimes you're guided not exactly where you think things are going to, the way things are going to happen, but you're being guided because they're leading you into um, a situation that will help you to also really be in touch with your soul. That's the word I'm seeing, for one. Also, they want to remind you that they're not telling you what to do. That's not what this is, guidance. It's not what it's there for at all. It's not there to tell you what to do, but it is responses to prayers. It's responses to thoughts and ideas, daydreams, fantasies, imaginings. All things are possible, and they really can only be possible through your eyes and your hands and your feet. And so the universe is just really responding to your strongest desires and impulses. And wherever you wait your attention and focus, and whether or not it's um, going to be sort of a joyous occasion, or one where of lessons, they will always help guide you towards a sunrise, so to speak. But there's also nothing wrong with a sunset. They're both equally beautiful, and they're both the balance of the other. So sometimes we might need to slow down. We might need a rest, they said. And sometimes we need to wake up and to start moving forward and ahead. So really get away from thinking about what's right or wrong, what's bad or good, and really start trusting that any direction can turn into whatever you want it to be. You don't have to fear on either course. You don't have to fear failure. You don't have to fear even success. Because it's all like one coin, but different sides of the coin. no matter where you're standing, you're always standing on either side of that coin. So if that's not where you feel is best, then the only way to get to the other side of the coin is accept where you did end up, because you took yourself there for a reason. If you didn't really want to go there, you wouldn't be there. If you didn't need to be there, you wouldn't go there either. You're where you need to be, and you go where you want to go because there is a purpose for you to fulfill. With that said, they're showing me sort of a ripples in a pond as a water drop just fell from the sky. And when it hit the water, the impact caused the water to also rise up and join it, sort of wrap around that teardrop or that water drop. And then they both merged together and rippled outward. And so that gives us a sense of no matter where we fall, life, the life that where you fall will always embrace you and will always create various effects that will go out into the world and move ahead of you. In that moment of impact, a whole entire world of possibilities, a whole world of signals of possibilities are sent out. And all of them are right, just right for you. That's the only thing the only assurance we have is that every impact, because it is a part of you as much as that which you are impacting, you become one. And so it's all, whatever proceeds from it will be right for you, meaning it'll be what you need in order to heal, in order to expand, in order to grow, in order to experience more depth. Now, as I was preparing, they kept bringing up the word family. And they meant this in a broader sense as they referred to the navel chakra and connecting with the sun energy as well. And so in this month, we have an opportunity as souls to move into a relationship of harmony and oneness with all life, all souls. And they included that to mean all life forms on the planet. Humans, animals, all sentient life, trees, plants, grass, the earth, the elements. Do not let your soul, do not let your hearts be divided by mistrust in the things that are reflected and going on in the world. This mistrust is how ego thrives, right? It separated itself from source. And then it continued to separate and separate and separate through labels, through right and wrong, bad and good, all these polarities. And while in one respect, it seemingly separated us from source, it also gives us the ability to acknowledge all the parts of source. In one of the songs, one of the classes singing, "O thou that tellest good tidings to Zion," and it says, "the glory of the Lord." And we were trying to wrap our minds around that word. And the composer left out, in this children's version of the Messiah, there was just no music underneath, no instruments. And so we said, who is the glory of the Lord? Because he took away all the instruments, because we were talking about, there was an expression, the heavens declare the glory of the Lord. And I was telling them, the heavens, the trees, the people, this, everything, right? Everywhere you look declares the glory of the Lord. And so you and every other being, no matter what they're doing, is still representing the glory of Source. And so, again, it's the two sides of the coin, still the same coin. The coin is whole, is Source. But in our minds, there are two sides. And we're trying to get from one to the other end. But yet both do not change the source. It's still a coin. We're still all one. And so if we can hold in our hearts and our minds for this month, in particular, this sense of family, connection, relationship, and we need for that trust. Mistrust is just a projection of whatever mistrust you have within yourself that causes you to be divided and unable to hold space for your divine masculine and divine feminine in balance. When you can do this without judgment, the angels are writing, you are free. You're free from all of it, and still are one and a part of all of it. Do not let your house, your soul, be divided. Do not allow the souls of oneness of the universe to be divided, lest it falls. And that is just an illusion, but we can fall into the illusions that we collectively participate in. Or we can rise and shine to the heights of our unity and harmony as one universal family. Let's take a look at the card, the Archangel that we're working with for this month. And so it's Archangel Jophiel. And Archangel Jophiel is the Archangel of wisdom, the Archangel that works with your crown chakra, the 1,000-petaled lotus. And as you can see, his light is a crystal yellow, very pale crystal yellow. And it says, act with wisdom, use information for the highest good. And right now, there's a lot of information that's coming to us. And at all times, the information, depending on our perspective, is good or bad. Focus on the information that offers you wisdom. Wisdom that you can then take, share it, and offer healing and inspiration that will illumine the minds and hearts and souls of everyone around you. Wisdom offers some sustenance for the perspective that, or let's put it this way, the diverse perspective that everyone will have. Wisdom is not trying to change anyone. Wisdom is just providing a path for others to find their way within their journey. Wisdom respects all of the many roads that lead to Source, and all the many roads that serve Source. Every road is serving Source purpose or mission right now. I just saw a video of Dolores Cannon, and she was just saying, every one of us, all the good actors, or all actors, the good and the bad actors, as you might be calling them right now, they're all just serving a purpose that allows each and every one of us to live out the experiences and the goals and the lessons that we've set out for ourselves. If any of us was writing a play today and we wanted the story to be interesting to our readers, we would include anywhere from good to, bad characters, so that we can illustrate a point, an understanding. To judge the characters rather than to focus on the lesson, the wisdom that was earned or rewarded through the telling of the story, would just really hinder you from seeing those points. We give these stories awards not based on their characters, but it has no good characters or no bad characters. We award them based on how great the telling of the story and how it impacts us. Because if we're drawn towards something, it's because we got something out of it. And that's what every life experience is for. And that is why each and every actor in your life, including you, is blameless and harmless ultimately, because you are always dropping into the experience that is right for whatever goals that your soul needed to move forward in its ascension journey. Right. Let's take a look at the Major Arcana lesson. So, the feeling I got right away is that we need to release any judgment. We need to release judgment first for ourselves. Can you really let go of everything in your life that you feel that you should have done better? Have you been able to forgive yourself? And here's something to drop into your head, your thoughts as wisdom. Wherever it is that you find it difficult or challenging to forgive another, that is directly because we're family, they're writing. That's directly related. That's a reflection for you, to show you, to remind you how much you have still to forgive yourself for something that they don't have to be related at all. But they're giving me the sense that anytime that we get upset, cantankerous with someone or any situation, it's about something not specifically related, but it just indicates, it's like a metric of just how much, so just how upset it makes you, or how quickly it enrages you. If you just go from 0 to 100, all of a sudden, that tells you that there's something that you really are angry with yourself about. And that might not be the word, but on that energetic feeling level, that's the awareness they want you to have. And the reason for this is, and because if you try to relate it, it's not going to work. You just have to realize just a fact. The more intense, doesn't matter what kind of emotion it is, that any emotion or reaction you have to something else that's going on outside of you or to someone, means that you're holding, there's something festering. It tells you how deeply and how like it's almost like a wildfire. You can tell if it's a small something that you can put out easily, or if it's something that's going to take a great number of resources to help you to put it out. And what we're getting at is, this is what or why illnesses manifest, and ailments and pain manifest within us. When we have a level of forgiveness where something just slightly disrupts you, then that means that you won't have the need to manifest like an extreme circumstance in your physical health or the well-being of your life. So this month, let go for you. This is for you. And be grateful first and foremost for the awareness when whatever it is comes up. So this is not about going, oh my God, I'm gonna get really sick, or oh my God, I got some really heavy stuff to work on. It's just like, wow, thank you, because now I know. Now I know. And you don't have to go digging into all a bunch of stuff. If you just let it be and be open to seeing whatever you need to see, in time you will see it, and at the right time you do see it, you will be ready to let it go. If you worry, it's just going to feel like it's going to get further and further away from you. The more you chase it, it gets faster and faster, and it grows. So just be thankful in the moment and release that person or that situation from your what is the word? Release them from them, your contempt or your whatever, and be like, okay, thank you for showing me that I have something that I need to be aware of, and to be patient for that awareness to come, because I know when it does, it's going to be the right moment and the right time for me, and I'm ready. And even if that I'm now noticing that, and in a moment I can just take a step back, it already means I'm on my way. So how is this kind of energy going to show up for us in our day-to-day awareness, this spiritual releasing that might be happening right now collectively because of a lot of stuff? So I get a sense that our navel chakras are going to be opening up, and our collective family consciousness, oneness, is going to be restoring, healing, and repairing, and lots of forgiving. And this brings us into a place where we are sort of like, we see this little kid here. Doesn't he remind you of that cute little kid that used to be in the movies? I can't think of what it was, but it's this eagerness for life, to live life to the fullest, to live life in a totally new and with a new freedom, right? And that it will clear for us. We'll start to see like opportunities coming into our lives, and opportunities that will fill us with joy, and that and fewer regrets and fewer reasons to really harbor any kind of contempt or disgruntlement with one another. We'll find ways to respect each other. Doesn't mean that in this month you're not going to disagree with anybody, but you're going to learn to respect them. You're going to make it less about them and what's going on with them, and seeing it as a way for you to just be aware of your own process of healing. And as the world changes within you, the world around you becomes the great benefactor of your receptivity to wisdom. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful and extraordinary month of growth and advancement in your ascension.